Welcome, friends, to Yoga by Beka. I'm Beka, and today we're going to do a 30-minute yoga flow that is something that I like to do when my joints and my muscles are particularly sore. So if you want to get down and really open up your body, let's get on your mat and try to follow along. If you need to make any variations to make accommodations for your flexibility, then of course it's always yogi's choice. Just do whatever feels safe and comfortable for your body. I like to sit in meditation, breathing deeply in and out, regulating the breath, just focusing on what feels sore, what hurts, emptying the mind, doing some deep belly breaths. When ready, sit over on your right side and take your right arm and stretch it high over your head, getting a deep stretch in that side. Sit back up into center and then lean over to your left side and reach your left arm high overhead, up and over, getting a deep stretch along the side body. Now let's get into child's pose. Sit back into your center neutral position and then lean forward and lay your head and body down on the floor, your arms outstretched in front of you. Massage your forehead left and right on the mat, and then slowly lift up. Bring your arms up to the sky, and then stretch them down. And again, stretching the muscles in the arm, really reaching out. Now, with your left hand out to the side, fingers flexed, tip your head to the right shoulder. Put a little bit of added stretch by laying your right hand on the left ear and gently pull closer to your shoulder. Now reach up into the sky and stretch arms back down and then up again. And then release, opening up those arms and down to the ground. Breathe in, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Now take your right hand and put it out to the side with your fingers flexed and lift your head and lean it over to your left shoulder. To deepen the stretch, put your left hand over on your right ear, gently pulling it down even closer to your shoulder, enjoying a stretch along the length of your arm. And release. Get into Indian sitting position or crisscross applesauce. And let's do Sufi grinds. Breathe in, leaning forward. Exhale, leaning backwards on your sits bones. Inhale forward. Exhale, lean back. Go in a circle. Envision a spoon trying to scrape out peanut butter from around an empty peanut butter jar is a good way to think of it. Rocking forward, around, and backwards on your sits bones, about 10 rotations. And then do 10 rotations doing Sufi grinds in the opposite direction. This will work out any soreness or kinks in your middle and lower back, hips. It's a great way to start the day if you have any soreness from the previous day or from sleeping funny. Awakening the spine, the sits bones, and the Kundalini energy that lays at the base of your spine. Take a moment, breathing in and out. And then take your right hand and grab your left knee. And then stretch your left arm way over your head, keeping your sits bones on the mat, getting a deep, deep, deep stretch. Now look over your shoulder, stretching the neck. And then breathing in and then out, twist over and take your left hand and grab your right knee. Look behind you. And then reach your arm up and over, getting that deep side stretch with twist. Keep your sits bones on the mat, don't lift them up. And then release. Looking over your shoulder, stretching the neck muscles by looking behind you as much as what feels safe for your neck. Now back into a meditation seated position, and let's do some neck rotations. First going one way, then going the other way. This is so good if you slept funny, or if you feel sore each morning from arthritis, or if maybe you had a hard day the day before. Now extend your right leg out, flex and point a few times, and then lean forward, but do so with your hips. You want to hinge on your hips and grab your toes, breathing in and out for a count of 20 exhalations to really give your leg time to stretch and release. After several seconds, if you feel your muscles release a bit more, you can deepen the stretch as the muscles release and as it allows. You don't want to force anything, and you truly want to hinge from your hips to truly improve your flexibility. Remember to focus on your breath, breathing in pure good energy and breathing out nothing but pure good energy. Now put your knees together. Stretch your back out a little bit by curving the back and leaning back slightly, then pushing forward and curving your back in the other way, looking behind you. Now extend your left leg out. Your right foot comes to the inside of your thigh and stretch over your leg squarely, hinging from the hips. Grab your feet if you can and go to where your body naturally will stop and hold for about 20 breath exhalations, breathing deeply in and out for about a count of 20. And every few seconds, if you feel your muscles release a bit, just slowly deepen the stretch as your muscles slowly release. When you first start your day and it's the first exercise session of the day, there's no rush. It's your time to let your body dictate how long you need to be in a stretched position. Remember breathing in pure good energy, exhaling pure good energy. Lift yourself back up and extend both legs forward. Reach your arms high in the sky, lengthening the spine, and hinge on your hips forward, feeling a deep stretch. Keep your arms up in alignment with your back to try to keep the back straight. We want to improve flexibility that's true flexibility, not curving the back. Now arms behind you. Kind of stretch your back in the opposite way, looking behind you. Grab yourself and give yourself a big hug, giving lots of love in. Put your arms up and over and stretch back down. Now to release tension in our shoulders and our upper arms, let's do some back rolls. I'm facing the wall so that you can see the exercise to fully give a great release, improve mobility and flexibility with your back, to do a great release with those shoulders. Take your arms behind you and clasp them together at the middle back in between your shoulder blades. Keep your head up, your spine erect, the crown of your head reaching straight for the sky, looking straight ahead, breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply. Release. Let's do some arm circles to warm up the arms. First one way, then the other. Now we're going to do the opposite side, taking the left arm up and over behind you and grabbing it with your right hand underneath, clasping it in between the shoulder blades and holding. Getting a deep stretch, which will release all of the residual tension from sleeping the night before, or if you suffer from any type of arthritic issue. If you work in an office during the week and you hunch over a keyboard and desk all day, this is excellent. Now let's do a few waves with our arms, just side to side. Get a bit of movement going, get the blood flowing. Now, let's get into tabletop position. Your shoulders should be over your elbows and wrists in a straight line, hips over knees. And let's do cat and cow pose. On the breath in, do a cat. Exhale into cow. Pull up and push away the floor into cat, then dip the belly down and look up to the ceiling in cow. Now we're gonna sit with our left leg bent in front of us, our right leg behind us, and reach over. Then push the hips up and put the other arm over, stretching both sides. Introducing movement with our hips, opening up things in the groin area. Just introducing movement as we start our day. Getting some movement as well into our back, increasing flexibility and mobility. If you have any back issues, you should of course be really careful and just do what is good for your body. Now let's get back into tabletop position and just rock back and forth, warming up the wrists. Getting our shoulders warmed up. Slowly deepen how far you go. Wave forward and then backwards. Kind of doing cat and cow, but with the forward and backward movement. All the way back almost into child's pose, and then curl forward into like a cobra. Flip your wrists to where your fingers point backwards at your knees and rock back and forth, feeling a great stretch in your wrists and your tendons on the inside of your arms, strengthening them, getting them used to movement. Now clasp your wrists together and do some wrist circles, strengthening the wrists, keeping them strong. Now, go forward and take your right leg and bend it in front of you in pigeon pose. Slowly lower yourself down, grab your arms behind you and pull your arms up and over, getting a stretch in your shoulders. Lift up. And then flip to where your right leg is touching the inner left thigh. Your foot is out and stretch over deeply. Now lay your left arm alongside that left leg and push your knee down. And put your arm over and grab your toe. It feels so good. It really stretches out that right side of your back, from your hip all the way up to your shoulder. Everything should be feeling so released on your right side. Now let's do pigeon pose on the other side, taking your left leg and cross it over to where your foot is pointing to the right. Your other leg is deeply behind you. Lean forward, opening up that hip socket. Clasp the arms behind you and pull up and overhead, opening up and stretching those shoulder blades. Compressing the shoulder blades and then releasing to release any tension. Flip on your side to where your left leg is out. And stretch over and open up that side back. Just getting a really good deep stretch on the other side of your body, opposite of what you've just done. Get into plank position now and let's rock forward, back and forth gently, warming up the abdominals. Slowly lower down, chaturanga. Pull up into cobra or sphinx, whatever's, comfortable. And then push your hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out, taking your dog for a walk. Just feeling that great stretch in your back as you press your chest closer to your thighs. Then catch a wave and curl up into your plank position. Wave back into downward facing dog. Then curl forward into plank. And then curl back and wave your body back into downward facing dog. Do this on your breath, feeling the motion all the way from your toes all the way up to the crown of your head. Go down slowly, chaturanga. Pull up into cobra. And then lean back into this variation of child's pose with your knees wide apart. Massage your head left and right on your mat. And then slowly get forward a bit more with your chin on your hands, kind of like a puppy pose, but a variation of it, so that you can really open up your groin area muscles, sort of like a frog. Lean back, curling the lower back, and then maybe rock forward a little bit, pushing your lower back in, getting a deep massage in your low back muscles while simultaneously stretching your groin muscles, your inner thighs. Sit up into a seated position and let's do a few shoulder rolls. Now let's put our right foot forward into low lunge and grab your back foot, getting a deep hamstring stretch, as well as stretching out that front inner thigh. Straighten your front leg a few times. Play around with it. Lift the back knee up into high lunge. Flip over into a side lunge. And just go back and forth a few times. And now let's do the other side. Get down into a low lunge. Grab that back foot. Straighten it a few times and grab it a few times, just playing around with your legs, introducing movement and stretch. Get your hamstrings activated. Hamstrings can at times be a little bit dormant. It's good to activate them, compress and stretch. Play around, do what feels good. Lower your back leg and then sit back on the leg a little bit and lean over your front leg into a half split. Point and flex your toes several times, activating all the leg muscles. Again, on the other leg, let's do a half split. You can gently rock back and forth from a lunge into the half split, awakening all of your leg muscles. Roll over into plank position, and let's hold our plank. At this point, let's just breathe in and out. Pedal your legs out a bit. And just focus back on your breath and on your center. Engage the abdominals. Push away from the floor, but not too enthusiastically. Think about maintenance, just maintaining the posture. Emptying the mind of all thought as you just breathe in and breathe out. And take this moment. Slowly lower down into chaturanga, pull up into cobra. Take a wave back into your downward facing dog. Sway your hips a little left and right. Walk your feet up to meet your hands into forward fold. Grab your elbows and let's just stay here in ragdoll. You can slowly move left to right, enjoying the forward fold posture. Grab your legs and pull in a little bit deeper. Slowly roll up, stacking your bones until you're in mountain pose. Then swan dive forward. Halfway lift up, flat back, and then jump back into plank. Chaturanga, lift up into cobra, then push up and back into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and pull forward and through. Windmill the arms up into warrior two. Flip the palm up, reach over, then lower the palm down by the foot, slowly straightening the front leg into triangle pose. Now both legs back into plank position. Get your breath steady. Forward, down into chaturanga, lift up into cobra, push up and back into downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up in the sky, and then pull it through and set it down in between your hands. Windmill your arms into warrior two position. Flip the front palm up, lift over, then windmill the arms down. Straighten that front leg into triangle pose. Now look down. Get your feet to meet each other at the back of the mat into plank position. Rock forward, slowly lower down chaturanga, pull up into cobra pose, push your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Walk your feet to meet your hands into front forward fold. Grab the elbows into ragdoll position and slowly sway left and right. Stack your bones on top, mountain pose, hands up in the sky. Swan dive down, halfway lift flat back, jump back into plank position. Grab your breath and steady it, focusing on breathing in and out. Flip your right leg under your left and do a wild thing position. Now the other side, left foot goes under the other and you flip over, looking up at the sky, pushing your hips to the sky into wild thing. Meet back down into downward facing dog. Push your rib cage to meet your thighs. Then slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands. And then sit down. Take a moment, take a breather after we did a bunch of more faster activity. Now let's do butterfly, grabbing your feet together and bouncing your knees while rotating your neck around on the rhythm of your breath. Using this time to slowly lower the heart rate that we just raised. Extend the legs out, hinge forward, and grab them into a sitting forward fold. Now lay down with your back on the mat. Take a moment, breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply. Lay here relaxing in Shavasana, letting your body be heavy. Melt into the earth. Breathing in, breathing out. Notice how heavy your head is, your buttocks, your feet, your hands. When ready, bend your knees up and let your knees fall over to the left and over to the right. Releasing any tension, opening up the hips with some movement. As we age, our knees, our hips, our ankles, they all need a little extra love. Sit up into meditation. Relax the top of your heads. Your eyelids are heavy. Relax your cheeks, your mouth, your shoulders. Breathing in good, pure energy. Exhaling any negativity, any stress, any thoughts. Feel what your body is telling you. Notice how you feel in your limbs, your hands, your feet. Notice the energetic shift that's within you and all around you. Thank you so much for joining me and doing yoga with me. As we age, it's important to take this time to increase our awareness, our flexibility, and our body health, as well as our mental health. Yoking together the breath and the mind in the body can relieve stress, alleviate physical symptoms of arthritis or tension. It can release pent-up emotions and any type of heavy baggage, mentally or physically. You should be proud of yourself for taking the steps to do self-care and for managing yourself and starting your day out in the best way possible with mindfulness and good intentions to take good care of you. When ready, rub your palms together, press them firmly together. You can take a deep breath in and say, Sat Nam. Have a beautiful day, and if this helped you at all, please like and subscribe. Sorry about my dog's butt there, right in the camera. Mabel and I both say, we love you. We only want the best for you and from our home to yours. Happy yogaing. Bye.